Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Masterclass webinar. We know that when things look different, it can take a moment to adjust. So we created this session to explain the thinking behind the redesign, show you what's new, and highlight how it all helps you train smarter, faster, and with less friction. You'll get a closer look at what's changed, what's improved, and how this new design was shaped by real user feedback. Yours, with the goal of making TalentLMS easier to use for everyone from new users to power admins. My name is Sirini, and I'm a senior customer onboarding consultant in TalentLMS, and I will be hosting this session live alongside with my good colleague Anastasia.
Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Anastasia. I'm a customer onboarding specialist, and I'm thrilled to be joining Irini today to give more insights about TalentLMS's new design.
And before we dive in, just a quick reminder, this webinar is being recorded and you will receive the recording by email once it wraps up. So feel free to share it with your team. And we're also running a live Q&A throughout the session. Yanis and Benjamin will be in the background answering your questions behind the scenes, and we'll also tackle some of them live. To ask a question, simply just hit the Q&A button in your meeting controls. Now, let's explore our agenda for today. So we will explore the new design, basically, and how it works better. Then we'll pass the mic to Anastasia so we can discuss the fresh features that you can find exclusively in the new UI. And of course, then we shift the discussion for course creation, reporting, and more. Now more intuitive and efficient than ever. So let's begin. Why did Talent LMS change its UI? The new Talent LMS interface wasn't just about a fresh coat of paint. It was a strategic redesign built on real feedback, evolving user needs, and a strong focus on usability, scalability, and visual clarity. The thinking behind the redesign. We wanted a user-centered experience. We wanted to simplify the experience for all users. The update is based on research and feedback from actual users. The goal was to create a cleaner, more intuitive experience for both admins and learners, reducing clutter and helping users find what they need faster. We were also aiming for a modern look and feel. The updated design brings Talent LMS in line with modern UI UX standards. It's more visually cohesive and responsive across devices, ensuring a consistent experience whether you're on desktop or tablet. We also wanted more improved accessibility and navigation. Menus, layouts, and visual hierarchies have been simplified to support easier navigation, especially for new users. Everything is cleaner, better organized, and aligned with accessibility best practices. And of course, scalability for the future. The new interface lays the foundation for future innovation. It's built to support upcoming features and enhancements more easily, ensuring Talent LMS can evolve without limits. In short, Talent LMS redesigned its UI to create a more modern, intuitive, and scalable platform that meets users' needs today and grows with them tomorrow. So far, the feedback coming from your end is very positive about how intuitive the environment is, how the navigation is improved compared to the legacy, how elevated the design is. And we're very pleased that you feel this way. And with that saying, I'm thrilled to pass the mic to Anastasia so she can, demonstrate the new features that we can find exclusively in the new UI. Anastasia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Irini. Let me just quickly share my screen. So there we go. And yes, let's, without further ado, let's have a look at the fresh features available in the new UI. And let's just go inside one of our courses because I would like to talk about one of the first features that was released with the new UI and which we are really proud of. Of course, I'm talking about our Talent Craft, our built-in interactive content creation tool that lets you create engaging courses right inside TalentLMS. It's designed to help you build beautiful learning experiences effortlessly. And that would be, so let's have a look at in the end result of one of our talent craft units. And if you have a closer look, so you will see that you can combine different components. So images with some text. You can also add flashcards, and here you will have like an image, and the learners can click and flip the flashcard, and some information will appear, so they would more easily stick with them. So you can also add some knowledge check questions where the learners can just submit their answers and right away check if it's correct or not. Some codes, some more images in carousel, and of course you can edit here anything you want and make it appear differently. And all these options you can add with from the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. So with the help of the AI, this is the button where you can click and just give a prompt for the AI to write and create content for you. Or if you would like to just add your own content, you can choose from the other options, the other buttons that you will find here at the toolbar. And of course, all the content that you are creating, you can edit just by selecting the text. Another AI a button will appear here, and you can also select the options to improve writing, fix spelling and grammar, make the text longer and shorter, translate, or even change the tone. Now, where you can find the Talent Craft editor, this is really easy. Just clicking the add button here. This is where you can add any type of content. But here, the first option that will appear will be the Talent Craft option. And as soon as you click it, you can you will see the 4 options here to start from scratch and create your own content, or just using the AI, you can generate a whole page with just adding your prompt. You can use one of our ready-made templates, which you can of course edit according to your preference, or you can import some of your already created content in a PDF, PowerPoint, or Word document, and the AI will generate interactive content based on that. One thing that you need to always keep in mind whenever you are using the TalentCraft editor is your AI credits. So from the button here, you will find your AI credit balance, and this is according to your subscription. From this button, you can take a breakdown of all the different actions the AI can take for you, and how much it would cost you on TalentCraft credits. And talking about text editing, apart from inside the TalentCraft unit, you will find an AI editor on any other standard unit. So you just can select the text, and the AI button will appear here to do the same as we saw before. And not only here, but also in the description of your course, just by typing your title, your course title, you can click on the AI button appearing here, and the AI will start generating a description and an image to use as a thumbnail for your course. Of course, if you are not liking the image the AI generates for you, you can also have the option to generate a different image, or if you don't like it at all, you can just delete it and upload your own thumbnail. Cool, right? So what's next? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at one of our tests here. So creating a test can be time consuming. That's why we added an AI button here in order to help you create test questions from the content that you have already created. And this is a recently released feature just a couple of weeks ago. From the units that you have already created, you can select the ones you would like to create some test questions out of. So just select the units, the number of questions you would like the AI to generate for you. And here you can leave the automatic option. The AI will take and generate the questions according to the language the content is created, but you can also select any other language to create the questions. Or if you prefer just to enter a prompt here and just select the number of questions, the AI will generate some multiple choice questions according to the prompt you have entered here. And coming up, AI generated captions for your videos, because the video content is something very popular and we all like. So we wanted to help you make your content more accessible. So recently released also feature that will help you make the content more accessible to those who are deaf or hard of hearing or simply prefer reading along, or anybody who is multilingual and doesn't feel confident on the language that the content is created. Now you can add some captions created by the AI. So a small step, but with a big impact on inclusion. And you will find this button from the unit options here. So just enable the captions, and here you will find the button, so you can select to create some captions generated by the AI. Of course, it will take it will generate the captions on the language the video is made, and just click on save. Of course, the option to upload your own SRT file is always available if you already have created your captions. And okay, we have seen all the AI tools that help you create a course. And now imagine that all this content that we have already created, we would like to have it translated in another language. So we have you covered once more. You can find this option to clone and translate with AI all the content inside your course here, or you can just go back at the course list, and hovering over your course, you will find the clone and generate with AI here. So just click it, select the end language. So in which language you would like to have everything translated. And as you can see, we have emphasize a little bit on the locality. So you have different types of English, United Kingdom and Canada, Australia. So for Spanish, so let's select some Latin American Spanish here. And now we can translate everything also by selecting the tone of voice. So we can either stick to the original, make it more academic, simple, or creative. I will stick to the original for now. And let's click on the clone and translate to see what will happen. So we are cloning and translating the whole content instead from starting from scratch. And what is happening is duplicating the course and having it translated, which will help you save time and keeping your content consistent across different languages. Now, we need to hit that publish button, but before we do that, we always need to follow up on the AI results, by checking on the content just to be on the safe side. And I know that this is very interesting and you would like to find more about the new features. That is why we have it covered. We have you covered in our previous webinar, which you will find right now, the link in our chat. And let's talk about another new feature available here in the new UI. Let's talk about skills. This is a powerful feature that connects learning with career growth by tagging courses with real-world skills. From the admin perspective, it helps them map, manage, and grow the skills that matter. And we also use here the help of the AI. So you can check some skills that are already created, and you can, of course, add as many skills as you want. And if you click on a skill, you will see that apart from the description of the skill, there is a self-assessment pool, which you can also edit. You can add some related courses from your course list. And here we have the help of the AI to assign the courses for us. You can also add some external resources to help the users learn more about the skill and achieve it. Of course, you can track the progress of the different skills from here, and you can assign skills to your users, and you can use this talent pool option here if there is an upcoming opening for a job role, and you would like to check who is matching the skills. So if you just type job role, and here I have made a search of a project manager, we will see that there is a user that matches 40% of this skill, so this job role, and we can check here the different skills that are needed in order for this role, and we can check the progress of this learner. And now, from the learner's perspective, if we go and check on the skills, so learners can view all the skills available. Of course, if they click, they will take the self-assessment that they can take and all the courses that the admins have added for them. They can track their own progress for their own skills, and they have the job pathfinder if they would like to, just check on their next career goal. They can type a role in order to find out what skills are needed. Here they can check how many skills and which are the skills needed for being a project manager. And by clicking on them, they can take the self-assessment and also check on any resources available to help them achieve this skill. So it makes learning feeling more purposeful and connected to the personal development of your learners. And of course, we also have a dedicated webinar for the skills feature because it's very interesting, and I know that you would like to use it so much. So check once more our chat because you will find the link to our webinar there. And that's it from me, Irini. The floor is yours to tell us more.
Thank you, Anastasia. So let me just share my screen really quick. I hope that you all see my screen right now. So now we will shift the discussion to highlight some features that were inspired directly by customer feedback. You asked, we listened, and we delivered. In this part, we'll demonstrate how we elevated features that you were already familiar with from the admin and instructor perspective. And in cases you have missed something, this is the chance for you to find out what has been finalized in the new UI. So I'm going to start with the administrative perspective. Anastasia will continue with the instructor part. So right now, what you see in your screens is the administrator dashboard. One of the feedback that we have received is to make the administrator's dashboard more interesting. Of course, it was requested a lot for the admins to be able to customize their dashboards. So as we said, we listened and we delivered. As you can see, the customize button is here. So if we click it and get into the edit mode, one of the things we can do is rearrange the widgets that you now find on the admin's dashboard. And of course, you can also edit or remove the existing widgets as well and add more. For example, edit the visualization when it comes into the course progress. Instead of a half donut chart, have the bars chart and click apply, or the same for the users. When it comes on overview metrics, you can click edit and you can select up to 5 statistics. So you can check right away when you log in as an admin without accessing the reports. And of course, you can, rearrange the sorting. Same with the quick actions widgets. From the edit button, you can add up to 5 quick actions, the most popular ones according to your administrative tasks. And again, rearrange like this, click the apply button, save, and now a brand new dashboard for the admin appears here. And of course, this is personalized to each admin. Each admin can personalize their own dashboard according to their needs. Now, we acted proactively here, and we did the same thing for the instructor as well. So if I change role, change for the instructor really quick, you can see that the customize button is available also here. So each instructor can now then rearrange the widgets, change the overview metrics, the quick actions buttons. And what we have added here is a widget of the course completion rate. Through here, the instructors can identify what are the most popular, let's say, courses. And of course, when it comes to edit, you can change the sorting from lowest to highest and vice versa. But what about the learner dashboard? Let me just cancel this and let me just switch. Another feedback that we received is that you would like to have a more engaging dashboard for your learners. In the previous UI, the learners just logged in. They could see the list of courses and the buttons on the side, and that's it. But with the new UI, we have also added widgets where they can explore their recent course activity, some overview metrics in regard to their progress, a pie chart of courses, and what is happening today. And you know what? We had received the feedback from customers that they would like to have that simplified version. They would like to have their learners focusing on course completion. So when they first log in, see only the courses and just start completing their trainings. And we've got your back. As we said, we listen and we deliver. So as an admin, if you go to account and settings and go to users, scroll a little bit, and you will find this simple learners dashboard. Once you enable it, and save. Now, if I switch really quick as a learner, you see a more simple dashboard. When the learner logs in, they will see the courses that they need to complete. Also from the view button, they can organize them in categories or not. And they can also access directly the ones that are in progress or the ones that are completed. If I'm not mistaken, there is a question from one of our audience asking about the category view when it comes to learners dashboards. I don't remember your name. I'm really sorry. But yeah, the category view is available here. Once the learner logs in, they can click here and enable it like this. Let's go back to admin. Now, what we wanted just to remind you is that right now all the reports have the export buttons. While we were progressing and developing the new UI, we were we were doing one step at the time. So there was a lot of feedback that we received that the reporting are missing the export buttons. That was intentional because we wanted to take it one step at the time, as I said. Now all the reports have their export button and the schedule functionality as well. So you don't need to run back into the legacy UI to download any reports. And of course, what we also did to elevate a little bit more the reporting experience, we have created the learning activities reports. In here, the admins can find all the test reports, all the assignment reports. So there are not any dedicated buttons like before, but there's a funnel here that will allow you to filter by type, by status, and also by brands or group level. Very easy and very fast. You can narrow down the results. Now, one thing that we released, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, is the default course image. And this is related to branding in Talent LMS. If we go to account and settings and portal and go a little bit further to branding section, you see that now we have this option also available. Now in Talent LMS, when you create a course by default, this smile image will work as the default image unless you use the AI to generate an image based on the title or upload your own image as Anastasia demonstrated. What we have received as a feedback is that they would like our customers to be able to upload an image that will work as a default image for all the courses and reflect their branding, especially if they're working with branches or if they have mapped their URL. So we listen and we delivered. From here, you can upload your own image that will work as the default one for every course you create. And of course, this one, you can also find it on the brands level. So if I go to add brands, on the branding section here, you can see the default course image available as well. Now, about integrations. In the old UI, you could find integration pretty much in all over the place. There was a feedback that it would be more efficient if we could find a place where we could find them really quick. So this is what we did. If you go to account and settings, there is an entire tab dedicated to integration. So in here, you can find the API, you can find integrations about external content, e-commerce processors, web conferencing tools, applications that can integrate with Talent LMS, other applications like Salesforce or Zapier. So we have them all grouped together in one place for your efficiency. And speaking about integrations, a highly requested feedback was about being able to bring content from third-party learning in Talent LMS. And this is something that we have also released in the new UI, the LTI 1.3. Learning tools interoperability. So, if, for example, you're working with Moodle, you can definitely bring the training material within your Talent LMS courses in units. All you have to do is just, enable the LTI. Oops, let me just save and try that one more time. Enable the ATI, LTI, and register your LTI tool. Unfortunately, I don't have one to demonstrate, but once this is saved and enabled, if you go to courses, so let's click the master negotiation for this demonstration. You can see the add button here, and the external content will appear as an extra option where you can click and start adding, the units from the third-party learning. Now, two more things before I pass the mic to Anastasia. What we released, I think it was the previous week, was also a request about group course assignments and how we could automate more this process. As you already know, when it comes to group assignments, when we create a group, let's go in this compliance. After we have added the courses and the users, we would use the mass actions to sync the group users with the group courses. If we wanted to automate this process, we could either use the group key and share it with our learners, or we could use the import functionality with the Excel file, or we could also, utilize the default group in some cases especially for those for that mandatory training. So all the courses will be assigned upon registration. What we did to elevate this more is this. If we go to info, you will find an extra option here, auto enroll users to courses. Once you check this box and save, every new user you're adding in the group will be automatically enrolled to the group courses. Now, this does not work retrospectively. So the existing users, if they haven't synced yet, you need to go back and use the mass actions. And also you need to be aware about this as well, in case you are adding more courses in that group. The auto-enroll users to courses will work for adding users from that moment and on. So if you already have users in the group, you need to sync them through the mass actions. And let me share a quick tip in here. This option also elevates the custom reports a little bit. The custom reports, just to give you a little bit of context, is available for Pro plans and higher. And it's the type of report that you create with your own output and your own rules. And let's click in this custom report. They're very popular because apart from following up on results, you can also perform some mass actions like adding people to groups, adding people to branches. Of course, before, when we were adding people in groups, we were just simply adding them, as the word says. So we needed to go back and use the mass actions to enroll them to courses. But if you have this auto-enroll users to courses box checked, by adding them in the group, they will also enrolled in the group courses. The behavior will remain like this. And last but not least, while we were developing the new UI, users, either admins, instructors, or learners could, jump from the legacy to the new interface simply by clicking this button here. We have received a lot of feedback from our customers that they were very excited with the new UI, that they would like to go back, and they wouldn't like the learners to be able to go back because the new UI is more intuitive, more efficient, and they would like to have that option to disable it. So this is something that we, of course, added here. So if you go to portal, from account and settings and go all the way down, you see that the legacy interface is enabled by default. But if you just disable it like this and save, now if I hover right next to here, you see that the option is not available here. And this is how you can basically turn off, let's say, the legacy interface for every user in your portal. And with that said, I think I need to pass the mic to Anastasia to take a breath, and she can also demonstrate what are the developments that we've done for the instructor's perspective.
Yes, thank you, Rini. So let me share my screen, and I have changed my role to instructor. So 1 second here. There we go. And now let's mention some features you already know and love, but with a first twist. So let's jump into one of the courses and let's edit it here. And let's talk about the case that you have built all your content inside the course, and now you would like to see how all this would look like from the learner's perspective, without having any of your progress, of course, recorded in the reports. So in the new UI, this is really easy. If you have published your course, you will see the preview button here at the top, and if you click it, you can access the content from the learner's perspective without having to change your role. Great, right? And now, to move through the different course units, you just need to click on the next button appearing here at the top right of your screen and go to the next unit. Now, when the new UI was released, learners needed to scroll all the way down through the content and then find a button to complete and move to the next unit. We had a lot of feedback from your end that was not this was not very intuitive for the learners and that they were struggling finding the button. So we listened, and the next button here and now appears here at the top. So the learners can easily move from one unit to the other. And let's see now more features regarding the course content, like our very favorite assignment units. All instructors love the assignments because they can have more power over the learner's reply and give them custom feedback according to their answers. So again, we had a lot of feedback from you wanting to have even more control also over the reply method of the learners. That is why in the new UI, and let me just uncheck the preview button. So that is why in the new UI from the assignment options here, you can also decide what reply methods will be visible to your learners. And you can either select them all or just leave one. It depends on your preference. And the cherry on top here, we have added proactively due date, an end time, and a duration here in the assignments. To have all these three options available, a requirement is having disabled the legacy interface exactly like Rini showed us like a moment before. And of course, and don't forget to save, that's very important. And of course, the improvements are not stopping here. Let's move to the ILT units. You love the ILTs because you can integrate your personal conference tool and host a live or on-site session as part of your course material, enabling like this more interaction and communication between learners and instructors. And you have provided here also a lot of feedback as per the grading of the ILTs and how you could save time, because like assignments, the ILTs needed grading from the instructor's end, but sometimes that was not the case of the customer. So yes, for the possibility to add more options. So we listened once more and we have added an ILT options here. Once more, the default option for the ILT unit to be completed is when the instructor provides feedback, but now you have also the option to grade it, to have it completed when the session has ended or when the learner attends the session. And now moving on from the editing of units and content, let's have a look at the course options, which have been reorganized and to make everything easier to find and better grouped based on the value they add to your course delivery. So we have here different tabs. We have here the info tab that covers the general options about the course, the availability tab, the options you have to make your course available to your learners, the limits tab to restrict certain accesses from your learners, and of course the completion tab about the course completion rules. And here is also where you can add your certificate as soon as the course is completed. And we have taken a step further, and we have added a new option which you can find under the availability tab, and this is the enrollment request. So before the legacy UI, if the course catalog permission was enabled for your learners through their user type, they would have access to all the available courses at the course catalog, and they could enroll themselves to any of those courses they would like to complete. Now, here with the enrollment request, if you enable that, and of course save, instead of the learners enrolling themselves to the course, what is happening is that the learners ask permission to the instructor to enroll them to the course, and this automatically gives the instructor more visibility and control over who joins which course. And of course, it's not only the course options that have been reorganized and updated, but another section in the instructors menu. And I'm talking, of course, about the grading tab. This is where you can find all your assignments and ILTs. And now you have the option to filter as per the different statuses. And you can also select like various, sorry, wrong button. So you can select various learners here, and the mass actions button will appear, and you can massively grade them, message them, or reset their progress. And talking about mass actions buttons, you can also find a mass action inside the course. So here in the users list of your course, you can once again have the ability to select your users. The mass action button will appear. And now you can unenroll massively the user selected, or synchronize their progress, or change the expiration date, complete, reset, or just send a message, something that was not possible in the legacy UI. And one more mass actions button that was added is at your courses list. So here, by selecting, oops, sorry again. So by selecting your courses, now you can, okay, something is happening with my mouse. Sorry for that. So let's do that once again. And now you can have the mass actions button here, and you can massively activate, deactivate the courses, add them to a specific category, show or hide from your course catalog, and the very highly requested, assign massively a certificate to all the courses just with one click. So there you go. And last but not least, you have requested to be able to see the features that we are working on, or any of our upcoming features. So we heard you once more. And if you want to have a sneak peek of what's coming next, be sure to check out our public roadmap, which you will now find the link in the chat. So feel free to click it, explore, stay up to date, and keep sharing your feedback with us. And I think now, Irini, it's time to go to our Q&A, because we have a lot of questions, right?
Yes, there are a lot of questions. So I'm sorry, let me share my screen and start so you can also drink some water and catch some breath.
Thank you.
So a lot of questions, and thank you, Yanis and Benjamin, for answering all the questions in the background, and thank you for participating with your questions in the webinar. For more business specific questions or technical feedback that you would like to share with us, feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com, so we can review it, forward it accordingly, and get back to you. So we will know who you are and get back to you, because we have only 20 minutes left. There are a lot of questions, and I want to make sure that you will all get an answer. So if you don't, if you're directed to send us an email, please do so we can get back to you. So I'm going to start with the first question coming from Valerie. As an administrator, can I make the default view of the My Courses tab a big category view for all users? I'm afraid the quick answer on this is no. We can't set it to be on a category view and apply for all the users, but feel free to direct your users. So let me just remove that by clicking on the view button, they can see the category view. Of course, if they check it, every time they go back, it will remain like you. So by the time I changed my role, maybe a quick way for you to direct them to do so would be to use the announcements. So maybe you could go to portal, all the way down to announcements, and add an internal announcement with that instruction here that would be on the top. So all the learners will know what they need to do to have the category view there posted. I hope this helps. Then there's a question coming from William. Can you import a document and then use the AI to generate course? Um, the quick answer in here is that we don't generate a course, but we generate a unit in a course. But of course, you can have a course with just one unit in it. So you're not obligated to have a list of units in your courses. So definitely one course can be consisted by one unit. So the quick answer here is yes, but not exactly. But of course, you can definitely, so if we go, let's say, to this course, you can definitely use the talent craft and drop your document in here, and this will generate the unit, which of course you can edit and enhance if you need more. Then another question coming from Miguel. Can the AI also create a test, only importing a PDF or Word document with a script? This is not something that the test can do. You need to have that material already in your courses. So the workaround in this would be to upload your PDF, let's say, or your work document from the standard content from here through the presentation document unit. And then, so for example, let's pretend that this presentation is the document you uploaded. Then if you go to add a test from the learning activities, AI generator, you can select, let's say, that particular PDF or doc from the listing here, select the number of questions, the language, and generate the test out of that unit. Hope this helps. Another question coming from Julia. How do you see the icon for the talent credits? Well, you need to just click on any talent craft unit you have in your course, even if it's an empty one. So by clicking it, let me just move that annotation here. The AI button here will appear. You click it, you can see your balance and also the breakdown on how many credits you spend for every AI action you perform. Another question coming from Christine. Does anything change as far as linking branch URLs? I'm guessing not, but just want to confirm. No, nothing is changing. This remains the same. You can create as many branches as your plan supports, of course, and customize the branch URLs accordingly. Then I have two more questions about cloning and translating a course. What happens with the videos? One question coming from Russell. So it will clone and translate the videos too into the language you want. And then another question coming from Holger, if I'm not mistaken. Is all content of the course translated, like also the content of the videos? What happens with the videos is that the language remain as it is, but the captions are translated to the end language, let's say. So if I go, right now I'm in the mastery negotiation, you see I have the video asking the right questions. I'm going to mute it. If I play it, you see that the subtitles are, oh, we haven't generated I thought that we have generated the captions. Let me do that really quick for you. Okay, save. So oops, let's mute it. So you see right now that the captions are in English. If I go back to the course that Anastasia cloned and translated and go on the exact same video, I don't know Spanish, but I guess that this is the video. If I play it, you see that the captions are translated in Spanish as well. So this is the behavior in terms of translating and cloning a course. And then one more question coming from Terry. Is the clone translate available for all plans or only certain plans? It's available from Pro plans and higher. You can definitely check what are the available AI features in each plan from our TalentLMS pricing page. And do I have time for two more questions before I pass the mic to you, Anastasia? I think I do.
Yes, go on, Irene.
Okay, Suzanne is asking, is AI an optional service that can be added with a subscription or is it part of the subscription? It's part of the subscription and it depends on the subscription you are. I don't know if Yanis will be able to pull out the link for our pricing page so you can also check what AI features are available in any plan. But if you're interested of, adjusting, let's say, the AI features a little bit, this is something that you can do from the user types. So as an admin from the user types, you have the option to customize the permissions that your user types will have. So you can definitely create user types and enable certain AI functionalities. Of course, that depends on your subscription as well. I know that you didn't ask, but I'm just adding the extra mile here in case you have that question later on. And one last question coming from Holly. Does skills also have corresponding AI credits? No, only TalentCraft and whatever happens within TalentCraft has corresponding AI credits. The rest of the AI functionalities do not spend any credits. I know I was too fast. Sorry, but there were so many questions. Anastasia, let me catch a breath and the floor is yours.
Yes, Irene. Yes, you can drink some water and catch your breath. Just because you were talking about skills, let me also share my screen because I haven't done that. So I have another question regarding skills coming from Susanna. So can we determine which skills our employees see? For example, there is already a library of skills. Can we hide the ones we don't want to include? Yes, you can, Susanna. So in each one of the skills, you will find here the options, and you can, if you deactivate the skill, this means that the skill will still keep existing in your library, but the learners will not be able to access it. So just deactivate if you want to keep it for later use, or delete it if you don't want to use it at all. And I hope this was what you would like to hear. So then let's get another question coming from Elise about the AI translation and if it applies to SCORM content or PDFs uploaded. So quick answer to that would be a no. So the PDFs and the SCORM is something that you have already created outside from TalentLMS. So if you clone and translate, those two types of content will not be translated from the AI. But all the content already created inside TalentLMS, yes, it will be translated. And Amy is asking when the new UI was released. Good question. So it was released last year, 2024, but we keep adding more features all the time. So that's not what is all about. So what we see today. That's why we also shared the roadmap, because there's a lot coming up. And yes, Valerie, is the features located in the course like flashcards and carousel only available if you create a course from TalentCraft and not standard content? Yes. Quick answer is yes. If you want to include some content that includes a carousel of images or the flashcards we demonstrated before, And I'm trying to demonstrate once again if my Wi-Fi helps. Yes, this is something you will only find inside Talent Craft. So make sure to just click Add and use the first option of Talent Craft. And I have a question coming from Elise. Yes, so it's a long one. Sorry for that. Let me read it. In the new UI, the assignment displayed when the instructor views the answer. So I guess where the assignment is, is displayed when the instructor views the answer. And yes, so I guess, Elise, what you are trying to say is that you would like to review all assignments and grade them massively. So what you need to do, and let me change my role to instructor, is go to the grading hub. You need to be the instructor of the course in order to find the submissions of your learners. And in order to check their answers, it would be clicking here. Right? So you can see the topic of the assignment, the answer of the submission of the learner. Of course, this is not something very, okay, let's check this. Yes, so assignment, topic of the assignment, submission, the text. You can also check if they have submitted more than one attempts, and then you can grade them like this. So type a score and some comments and mark them as passed or not passed. And if you want just to check the submissions and then massively grade them, this is why we have enabled the mass actions button here. So this is how you could easily do that. And about publishing the courses, we have not seen that, and I have an inactive course. So I have a course that we previously cloned and translated. So if I click on edit course, let's say that we have checked what the AI has translated for us, and we would like to make all this content available to our learners. So we just need to hit this publish button. Once we do that, this means that the course is now available for the learners to go through the different contents and complete. And if you make any changes, like, I don't know, just type something here and you would like to change that. So you will find this tag that there are some unpublished changes. And once again, you can just type here, click here to unpublish the unit or publish the changes. So easy. And we have Luis Carlos asking if we can create a sample of internal announcement, I guess, in order to check where this is in the new UI. So let's be an administrator, so change the role and go to account and settings. And here at the portal tab, we will find the section of the announcements. So if we want to create an internal announcement, just to make like a message visible to our learners as soon as they log in, there is some. So let me just update it. So happy training or welcome all. Let's make it like this. Here you can type your message and of course back and save. And now that I have updated, I guess if I go home, I will see the new internal announcement, the updated internal announcement. And as soon as the learners log in, they will also check my message. And of course, they can click, OK, got it, if they have seen that, or just click here and this will reappear as soon as they log in again. And from an anonymous attendee, is there a way to mass sync all users within a course from the course page? We have seen that before from the instructor role, but let me also show it from the admin role. So if I go inside the course, if I want to massively sync the progress of all my users, I just need to select the users and the mass actions button will appear. And this is where I click in order to synchronize the progress of all these users very easily and very quickly. So there you go. And Irini, is it time for answering your last question? Do I have some more time?
I would like to answer this last question because we might need to explain a little bit of a workaround.
All right.
So
Yes, you go on.
let me just share my screen. So Kevin is asking, can we have different webinar tools by branch? Some of our clients wants to use their webinar tool and not use the global one we have set. For example, Zoom versus Teams. I'm afraid the quick answer here is no, Kevin, because the web conferencing tool that will be integrated with Talent LMS can be only one at the time. And this is something that needs to be set up through the integration page. Um, what you could do is either to change, the conferencing tool according to the case. Today it would be Zoom, tomorrow it will be Teams, but I wouldn't recommend that. I have another workaround that might be helpful, but of course, if you need further details on that, feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com. If the courses that are dedicated for your customers is not, let's say, the same course, or even if you have one course that should be shared with different branches, I would recommend to clone it. So we will end up having independent courses. And I'm going to show that from the courses from the main domain, but it works exactly the same for the branches as well. So once we have an independent course, so let me just click the Mastery Negotiation and click Edit Course. If we go to learning activities and build an ILT unit, we have the online session for the integrated tool, whether that would be the native integrated tool or Teams or Zoom that you have integrated from the main domain. We have the in-person session. It says, it goes by its name, it's an in-person session, but we have the online session, other external tools. This is a workaround that we have for conferencing tools that are not supported yet by the Talent LMS, like Google, for example. But I believe that you could use that as a workaround for this type of use case scenario. So as long as your courses are independent and they're not shared within multiple branches, each of your customer could use the online session, add the type of the session here, the date, the time, who the instructor would be, the capacity, the duration, and here they can specify the meeting URL. So if you have integrated Zoom with Talent LMS and your customer is using Teams, they could add the meeting URL in here, click the Save button, and that information would be displayed on the registration page. If you need further assistance with that, feel free to send us an email to TalentLMS at onboarding@talentlms.com. And I think that with that said, it's time to wrap up. And thank you all for participating in this webinar. You were extremely engaged. Had so many questions, and I hope that we have answered them all. For those that we haven't, apologies, but feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com for any future questions you might also have, because once you get the recording and re-watch the session, I'm pretty sure that you will have more. And you can also use this email to share your feedback as well with us. So thank you all for participating today. And of course, we're very excited to see your comments about this session. So feel free to do so by following the link that Yanis will be posting in the chat. And again, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Ben and Yanis, for helping us out in the background. And thank you, Anastasia, for hosting this session with me.
Thank you so much, Irini, Ben, Yanis, and of course, a big shout out to all our participants. So until next time.
Happy training.